All right. Let's see here. Let's just get straight into work. So we got to make a arena where we're kind of comfortable fighting a few enemies. So I think the best answer is to kind of make it moddable. But we'll open up that file we created with the original piece. Did we save the scene? Maybe we didn't save. Scene. I don't think we saved the scene. Okay. That's not a big deal. We'll create a new scene then. NBD. Yeah. It's funny how that always works, eh? Let's see here. So, SM Stinner. Int. There it is. We got a nice clean outline here. So, I want to make some other stuff. So, let's import some references. And then we also need a floor reference here. All right. So now I can't select with this or move this. It's uninteractable until I turn it off. So I want to make a medieval sort of like arena. And we're basically just recreating this. Not an exact copy of this, but this is the style. Big wooden pegs, point at the top. Nothing super crazy. Easy peasy. Exactly. Contenders, get to it. So, how high should the post be? About there. Spike can be about that big. A little shorter. Out there. Nope. I don't like that too much. So instead, we're going to try this. That actually looks kind of cool. But no, we don't want to do that. That's really cool looking. But I'm thinking nice big squared off blocks, beveled edges. We should be able to just knock that up like that. As we soften the edges there, that looks really good. There we go. Okay. I'm going to sew all these edges together. Should be able to just knock this out like that. And then this here. Beautiful post. Some would say the best post. Yeah. Make this a little bigger. Make him down a little bit. Go. I would like to reinforce these edges a little bit. And there we go. That feels a little bit more solid. Then it softens as it goes through the top. That's fine with me. There we go. We'll bevel this out. There we go. Send that out there. And how long do we want to make this post before we run into another section? Let's take this. Let's move this around there. Let's snap this to the world origin. I think that's in the middle. No. That's about the middle right there. And there we go. About there. Then we can create a new square. Get a touch bigger. Like that. We're going to get rid of all the crap in the middle, or on the top and the bottom. We should be able to just slice across, bevel it out. Kind of happy with it. Okay. So that looks good. It's imperative you kind of make this stuff as cheap as you can, because it will save us a lot of resources later. But making like a nice combat arena, it's going to be really cool. Just, you always want to be cool. That's why you smoke. So then the next step here I'm just trying to think. Because I do want, like, support. But I wonder if the best support maybe is through the middle. Kind of like that. Because then I can do it on both sides. Of the equation, and I don't have to worry. It's just easier to repeat if I do it like this. Does that even look like that's moving in the same direction? Yeah. What edge are you sliding, buddy? Like, it just... There it is. What is going on? I did it wrong. We're gonna do this instead. This will just be easier. Insanity. All right. This is fucked. What the fuck is going on here? That's annoying as shit. This can go away. I don't need to see this. Hey, how about you just focus on not being retarded? There, once I deleted the history. Jesus fucking Christ, just grab the edge. Vertex. Is there multiple vertexes there? There is. This thing decided to be really fucking stupid. Okay. That's not enough. Here we go. So now we have that fixed. Lift that up. I'm gonna have to eyeball it. We'll say about there. And then we want to bevel this. Delete that. That's fine. That's pretty much what we want. We're just going to do the same thing on this side here where we bevel. Basically something like that. Which looks pretty good, and then we're just going to put a slight bevel on this side. That should be nice. Of course, this is a shit show. So fix that. That should fix the shit show. Pretty easy fix. So now we want to take this, duplicate it. We're going to flip it on its x-axis. And then just make sure it comes over here. Basically like that. And then I think we can basically, I just want to add a post here, or an edge loop here. Better yet, let's put one in the middle. snap that to the origin of the world. And then here we can just go ahead. We need to activate symmetry first. We're going to do world X. Preserve UVs. Go to just about there. Then grab all this. And just kind of tighten that in. So when we line up the other post, we know exactly where we need to be. That's too much. Let's shrink it in, and then maybe we just tuck it in a bit closer like that. Okay. Come in here, and we'll just optimize this. So we just go modify, optimize. So that will just fit better in our system. Oh, it does not. Why wouldn't you? You silly. It ought to. Whatever. It'll work for what we're doing. My question now becomes, if we are to copy this over, approximately there, is that too short of a fence post? Feel like that's kind of short. Hey, Synth, what's up? March 13th? No, I didn't see that. So that doesn't feel long enough to me. Yeah, I think if we made that 50% longer, it would look good. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't see anything on that patch. Did they do a stream this morning and say there was a patch? Yeah, you can do, I think it's Horse Chan. Or no, it's the Miller. I think the Miller you can fight multiple times. What's going on here? Yeah, I don't know why I'm not manipulating my own scale. That automatically feels much better. That just feels a lot better. Okay. So, we want to do this. And we probably want to do it based off of this side. So let's turn this off for a sec. There. That's pretty on center. So we're going to call this like an arena post. So wood asset, building. SM. Arena. Oh boy. You have caps lock on. And dyslexia. Arena wall. 1. Maybe we'll call it wood. Arena wall 01. And then we can just split these up and then go export. SM Arena Wood Arena Post Okay. And we also want to do a gate. So let's take these and hide these for now. And it'll be a pretty standard gate, nothing super crazy. we'll do it about that big. We'll make it about yay long. Give or take. We'll do a pretty standard sort of bevel here. I wish I could do like a 45-degree angle. Eight and a half by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got to go in a little bit more. That's about 45 degrees. Just kind of, yeah, that was not 45 degrees. My math, I must have miscounted something, because that is definitely not 45 degrees, but that's fine. We can fix it. Maybe. Out there. Combine them all for one, because it's funnier that way. We're just going to go over until that matches that point, and then this can just go up. That's pretty good. They don't need to be perfect. They just need to be close. Because again, this isn't like flawless. Oh, it's 45 degrees by 0.001% accuracy in degrees, right? Like that's not, doesn't really reflect the technology of the time period, right? We're just gonna be silly gooses. Something like that. And then we're just going to add a couple more pieces. We can hide this now. Make sure that's just in the center, because then I can just make this really easy. I don't have to guess where the center of the piece is. Just do that. Center. Make this a little bit fatter. Not too fat, but just a little fatter. we make it a little bit thinner. Center the pivot. It's pretty good. That's okay. Doesn't look very convincing texture-wise, but we'll fix that in a minute. All right. This won't be too hard to fix. Let's Shift X that. Shift S these. Good enough. Nice and clean textures. These guys here. These are going to be real easy. X. Okay, so I want this to be a bit thinner. Tad wider. Let's try this instead. We'll leave it alone. And hinges. We should add some hinges. So, what's the best? Let's look at, I want to see what a medieval hinge looks like. Just curious. Yeah. So, basically, we want to do this. We're going to create a door hinge. It's not like it's not like your typical door hinge in a modern day. Your medieval door hinge looks like this, where it's basically just your piece of steel right there. Right here, we're going to call this iron fitting. then we'll just import the correct texture. But basically, modern doors hinges are on the inside with the ball section there, and medieval hinges are on the outside of the door. Usually there's a big decorative piece or something as well, but yeah, they're on the outside of the door. Typically. So just give me a minute, and we will figure this out. Assets, texture. Should have an iron folder. So I want to... Let's do this. Let's hide this stupid idiot here. Then we just want to cut this off. What the fuck happened? This can go here. That can go there. Then we just want to shrink this in a touch. And then we can just grab this edge here. Sometimes this gets a little annoying. There. So now we got a nice crisp edge with edge wear. A lot of shit going on. Grab our square. And effectively push that out. There. Delete this face. Shrink this in a little bit. Then we'll smooth it like that. A little bit bigger. Tighten that up. There we go. That's a nice little hinge. plate. That's going to look nice. The ring would have a lot more wear and tear, yeah. You got an achievement for beating every fighter in Trotsky. That's cool. I don't know when you posted that. 20 minutes ago? Yeah, pretty much exactly 20 minutes. Yeah, so we have not that. We could do that, but we don't want to do that. We want to do iron fitting. We have custom worn out bevels that we can utilize. Or unique textures. That. Then we want to do this. Let's just bevel it. This is just cleaner. That's good. Bit shrinker. Basically do that. And then we want to do honestly, we should move all of this over here anyway. Boom. Fuck it, that's good enough. I think that's fine, actually. We don't need more than this. Maybe just a little bit of that. And then just shrink this down to compensate. There, door hinge. Combine this, delete the history. We're going to go insert, C, and we're going to snap it to there. We want to snap that to the exact center of the world. What that does is that gives us the ability to pivot. We're going to also unhide this so that we can see where we need to be. Just right around there. That gives us perfect pivot control on the door hinge, right? So that the center of the hinge, where those, I guess, hinges, for lack of a better word, spin around, that's what we want. I'm just going to move this guy ever so slightly that way, so that there's just a little bit more order in there and there won't be any Z fighting. Okay, and we can take this, delete the history, and go export. And we want to make this gate. There we go. Let's open up Unreal Engine, and then we're going to do some playtest stuff. So we're going to knock out the arena, and then I want to make sure I can't jump over it. And, yeah, basically that's it. I just want to make sure we can't jump over the arena. And yeah, we'll see. I want to set the gate up so that you can activate it from the outside of the gate. But as soon as you walk through said gate, as soon as you walk through the gate, there's going to be a little collision box. And once you pass through that collision box, the gate's going to close. And you're not going to be able to activate it until you clear out the arena. So basically what's going to happen is you go to a little area. You will select if you want to fight one enemy or two enemies. Then you enter the arena. Gate will close. And then you can go from there, basically. The arena's going to have its own unique code in it for spawning enemies and then locking you in the arena. So we just want to make sure it's not possible to escape the arena while you're in the arena. If push comes to shove, we can make invisible walls, but I don't think we want to do that yet. First and foremost, let's change our project settings. Maps and modes. In editor startup, we want to go into paste. That's what we're going to be working on for a good chunk of the day. We are going to have to go back into level 2 before we ship the playtest at the end of the month. But I want to kind of get this going, so... Meshes, static, billing, wood. We have the doors. We do have the doors in here, so we should be able to just import everything. Just search arena. And all these can come in. And all of these are made out of stuff we've done before, so it's not... We're not breaking any molds here. Collision boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need at least 5. Really? You'd think you'd figure it out. Good enough. Doesn't really matter that much. Actually, you know what? Let's just go in here, remove collision, simplified box. That's it. So this has sub 1,000 triangles. I don't think there's any point in doing an LOD for any of this. Like 54 triangles, 230 triangles. It's not worth having an LOD because that's just a draw call. That doesn't need to happen. You go in here and hit blueprints. Interactables or parent. EP door. And then this is underscore arena 8. Space. Doors, parents. Oh, it's an AI version. So we're just going to come out here. And we're going to do a branch. And we're just going to create another variable. Lock. So, if it is locked, nothing happens, basically. Right? Pretty standard door mechanic. Same thing here. If it's locked, do nothing. That just controls the rotation values, so that's fine. I just want to see what my blueprints are for my character. For interacting, so interaction right here. Input interact branch. Equipment type weapon is true. So if we don't have a weapon, we disable our interaction. Okay. Does this not equal that? Then true. Active BPI actor. Okay. Let's look at the interface here. Event interact flip-flop. Open the door. Open the door. So it will run that event, it will wait a second, and then it sets that block off. So regardless of whether or not we open the door, this event fires, it waits a second, and then the block turns off. So that will not affect our interact block, which is great. So we can leave all of this the same without too much issue. And we will just set this to a gate. Like that. This is for AI, so I'm not too worried about that. We're going to add another component, and we're going to do a box collision. Um, yeah, so we're going to do a box collision. And we're going to call this close/lock trigger. And we want this to be overlap all, whatever. On component begin overlap. We want to get does implement interface. DPI hero. Do branch. And what we're going to do here is we're going to cast to master AI or MC Stinner. The MC Stinner here, we're going to actually create a new event. We're going to add custom event. And we're going to call this pause character. And we're going to add an input that's a float value. And we're going to do seconds paused. Okay. So we're going to pause our character. So how do we pause our character? Well, we need to get our player controller. Let's do our attack one. Where is our attack? Right here. We don't need that, actually. I was wrong. I apologize. We're going to grab this, and this. We're going to hit Control-C, Control-V. Basically, we're going to plug that in there. We're going to plug that in there. And basically just give our character a little pause. So we're just going to come over here and just type in pause player. Basically what we're trying to do here is effectively, how long is this door animation? Right here. I think it's 1 second. It's 3/4 of a second. So what we want to do, we go to our arena gate, and we're just going to do a pause character. And we're going to set that to 1 second. But first we want to close door. So we're going to come over here and just type in close door. Yeah, we're going to close the door. And then we're going to set lock true. And now the gate is locked, and the player pauses for 1 second. So basically, we also want to get the door here. We're going to set collision enabled. Plug that in there. And then after the door is closed, we need to delay for 1 second. And then we need to apply the door collision because the gate's going to close right in front of us. So we just need a little something to make sure the gate stays closed. And then just put it as collision enabled. Okay? Theoretically, this should work. Theoretically. So we can start here, I guess, with blueprints, instances. We might as well just get right into the instances, right? Just slap in a nice fancy clutter instance. I don't know, right here, off to the side, out of the way. And then we can drag and drop these guys in here. That. So where is our arena gonna be? Well, it should be kind of off to the side here. I think this is a pretty nice spot. Oh, actually, we don't want this. Because that's got to be a blueprint, right? So we'll just make that none. So we'll add a 1 and a 0. And we'll figure this out. So where do we want to start our lovely arena? Kind of floating above the ground here. That's an issue with this being slightly higher, actually. Not an issue with my shit. So I guess we'll start here. And this is transform 0, so we're just going to copy, paste. And I should be able to drag this over. Now we want to grab our blueprint. Are these aligned? These look like they're aligned. Okay. So we just do that. And then we can just tighten this up to about there. Okay. We got to open this up. And this is our box trigger. We want to move this trigger about here. We just want to fuck with the scale a little bit. Like that. Kind of make it the whole size of the gate. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but we should kind of do it kind of similarly. Like that. Can be a bit thinner, and we just want to stick it out here. Pile and save. And so this is not parented to the door. So I'm hoping that doesn't affect its animation. Okay. Then we can add another 0. We should be able to just do this. So, how wide should the arena be? Let's give us enough room. So we will just keep moving down. Hey, coffee. Welcome in. We are making an arena. So that should go there. And just touch the tips. No homo. There. But then we want to copy from 0. So then we're going to copy 0. Paste that in there. Right there. And this is using mesh instancing. Actually, you know what? Unlit. Fuck you. That's just going to make it easier to see because it's nighttime. So that's good there. And then we need to take our 1 here. And we're just going to copy and paste. We should be able to just stick this on the edge. Like so. Okay. We just take our 3 here. And the reason we're doing it this way is it reduces draw calls significantly. So we can have 20 of these things and it's only 1 draw call instead of 20 draw calls. So it's a massive reduction in resources and compute power. which means better frame rate, better performance, less likely to have bugs. Which is kind of what we want. Copy. Paste. We should do 4 long, I think. I think 4 long is fine. Maybe not. Maybe 5 or 6 long. We'll see. Rizona, thank you for the stream, or for the raid. I appreciate it. I got a stupid question, because I have been watching you on Twitch for a long time, and I don't remember you streaming on Rumble that much. Have you always streamed on Rumble and I've just been ignorant? Or have you done... have you done Rumble recently due to like Rumble Studio stuff and having free multi-streaming and stuff like that? It's a little bit more accessible than it was maybe a couple years ago. Maybe you've always been both and I just didn't catch the memo. So this ground isn't very flat, so we will flatten this ground out in a minute. But I'm just looking at the scale here, and at 3 lengths, yeah, I think we want to do 5 lengths. I think 5 is the magic number here. I'm not too worried about the grass and stuff. We can always edit the terrain and landscape to match what we need to match. Right now, I just want to kind of box this area in. Yeah, do we want to do 5 or 6? I think 6 is enough. We don't want it to be too close quarters. Start of this year. Yeah, so it has been recent. Okay, that's good. I am not ignorant. At least on this issue. Let's see here. I know Rooster came over this year, and he's liked it a lot so far. I do not go out of my way to shill. I just use the platforms I use. But if people like it, they like it. I try not to, because you find out pretty quick. A lot of platforms have their own bullshit. So you don't really want to get into the, oh, this platform's better than that platform, or this platform sucks because XYZ, and then go to this platform, and then you find out that platform's just as guilty as the other platform is. It becomes really messy and stupid. So I kind of just use what I use, and I kind of let that do the talking. Which I think is the best way to approach using platforms. At the end of the day, they're tools for you to use. Do what you want to do. And when you start getting emotional about it and you start investing loyalty into something, you're just projecting what you want out of your relationship with whatever platform you're using. And then you're going to get upset when they don't reciprocate the same emotional investment. So I try and be pretty chill with that kind of stuff. But I hope you're liking the platform, and I hope it does good for you. But like I said, I will not cheerlead anything. Outside of maybe my stuff. Maybe I'm biased that way, but other than that. But yeah, we're just making a giant arena, medieval style arena here. Should be a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3. We're halfway down this side. I am loyal to MySpace. Very nice. Yes, there are some features that are nice. I think Twitch has a better chat right now, but I like Rumble's chat over YouTube's chat. I think YouTube chat is kind of... It's not... From a visual standpoint, it's not fun to look at. It looks bad. Maybe that's a little reductive. But I don't know what else to say about it. I really like the Rumble chat, and Twitch has a good chat too. I'll give Twitch credit. The gamification system that Twitch has and their chat system is pretty smart.
Explainer tour all the computer things.
Ooh, I gotta turn that off. Sorry, I'm just checking out my channel, making sure it's streaming properly there, because Twitch did have problems with streaming there before. Yeah, no, it's working. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people get worked up about stuff like that, about which platform to use and all that sort of stuff. And to me, that's silly. Like, I took a break from Rumble Studio for a while. I do like Rumble Studio, but when it's having bugs and it's not working, I'm not going to waste a lot of time fighting it. And when I brought it up, because someone popped in my stream and asked me about it, who works for Rumble, she was very apologetic and stuff like that. And I said, I'm not angry. Like, it's just, it is what it is. I'm not angry about it. Sometimes stuff doesn't work as well as you expect it to. It happens. Let's see here. My big question now is, does that feel like a big arena? Yeah, that's fine. That could be maybe a little shorter. Maybe we do it a little shorter. Maybe 5's good enough. Oh, don't do that, please. Yeah. So the secret for this side is we need to make an asset. So let's copy 15, I guess. We're going to have to make an asset without pillars. Or... Hmm. Hmm. I think the answer would be get rid of this. We'll set that there for now. Or just clear it for now. There's a math system in place here, guys. Then we just gotta rotate this 180 degrees. And there we go. Ah, I know what I did wrong. It'll be all right. We'll work it out. Yeah, I don't need to make a blank one. Got a little snugger of a fit. That's pretty close. There we go. Yeah, I think we got it worked out. Just need to balance this a little more. You can also play a bit with scale. So sometimes these lengths don't work themselves out, and I didn't really factor in the gate length in terms of matching up units. So this looks like 1 and a bit, right? So if we just take our 16 here. Paste that there. Yeah, and then we're going to have to do like a really short one. Add a new one. So yeah, you can see it. We're not quite there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 18 here. And we're going to shrink this by about that much. We're just going to shuffle this over a bit. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle this until we're in the right position. Then we're going to take this 17 and shrink it in a bit. We're going to shuffle that over. Take this guy and shrink him in a bit. And there we go. So you do get a little bit of size difference, but it's not super noticeable. So that is basically an arena, except for this corner post here needs to be fleshed in. So add that there. We're going to copy from 0. Paste that in there. Just stick this guy right there. Okay, then we're going to go into our landscape mode. You want to flatten this and just shrink the radius. Excuse me. And we just want a nice, perfectly flat and even terrain here. Then we're just going to go into our paint. We want to just do dirt 3. That's kind of like our road dirt. Right? Then we can just shrink this radius down even more. Something like that. Something there. Maybe make the radius a touch bigger. And then it just kind of merges into that. Beautiful. All right. Nice little arena there. That's a good size. I think that's a nice size. All right, let's play test. Nice, spooky, beautiful stars, beautiful clouds, moon. Wrong button, sorry. Door doesn't want to open. No issues. So it's working as intended. Event interact. Let's print screen. Just for fun. So the fact that that says it's working. Oh, I'm supposed to hit F to open things. Obviously. So our door's backwards. So we need to rotate this 45 degree or 180 degrees. And we need to stick the door this way. Like that. Yeah, good enough. Then we also need to find our gate, go to our viewport, and we just want to make sure this is on the other side. Pile and save. So, come through here. F is interact. Doors open. Okay. That is not working as I intended. Play. We're going to do show collision. So now we can see our stuff. Ah, I know what's going on. I understand what's going on. So, I want this collision to be custom. And we are going to ignore everything except for the pawn. File and save. Okay. Because I think it's picking up my other collision boxes. And that's causing it to go, okay, time to close. So we open that up. No. It's still... Well, I mean, it sort of worked. I got in. Yeah. It's locked. Yeah, we cannot jump over this. So there's no way out of this arena. Unless I want there to be. Okay, so why is this being silly? Show collision. Alright, so that is all the collisions around my character. There is the collision box, right where it's supposed to be. Is it because of my hand hitbox? It must be my hand hitbox. Okay. I think it's because it's hitting my hands and stuff, which I have hitboxes for my character for more damage. Let's see what that does. Come through here. Open the door. Locked in. So we're close. I just think it needs to move out farther. Basically just make it wider too. File, save, play. Open the gate. Closes the gate. No way out. Okay. Another thing we need to do is this has to be a do once event. So we're going to come out here. And then we're just going to go ahead here and just do a do once. And then or better yet, what if we did something else? What if instead of this, I'm just going to copy and paste this. What if instead of that, yeah, we got rid of this trigger. We create a new blueprint. New folder. We'll call this combat area trigger. And in here, we just create blueprint class, an actor, and we're going to call this arena combat trigger. Add a component. Add a box collision. Call this player. Arena trigger. And we can copy this and we can call this enemy arena trigger. I think. Huh. Maybe not. Basically, what I want to do, guys, is I want this thing to find out when the enemies are dead so you can have access. Yeah, I don't know about this yet. We'll leave it for now. Compile and save, and then in our event graph here, we're going to do overlap, custom. We're going to ignore everything except for the pawn. Hit compile and save. And then we want to add a variable here. So how are we going to do that? Going to do a construction script. No, we're just going to go in here. And we just want to make this an actor. Object type. Actor. Gate. Arena gate. Sport gate. That. Instance edible. So what happens? Just curiosity. So now we just take this. Oh, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Sorry, I went too far. Just type in BP door arena gate interface right there. We come over here. Let's change this to not just an actor. Let's change this to BP door arena gate interface. Just make sure that there's 0% chance that something like that can happen. And we should be fine to just go and create an event here. So upon arena trigger, it's not the size of the arena, it's how you use it. Exactly, Tomboy. We want to do an arena trigger. And then on event begin overlap, we want to see if arena gate is valid. So to get this is valid. First, actually, we need to do the branch check. So branch. Fuck. Let's bring this code in here. And then we're going to check to see if it's valid. If it is valid, we can do this. And then from here, we can get door. Plug that in there. Ah, fuck, this is a mess. Hold on. So, is the gate valid? If true, get door. basically do that. And then this here. And we'll just do another arena gate here. Set. Locked. There. That should work. I think. And we also want to do this here. We want to do a sequence because not only do we want to close the gate behind us and lock it, we also want to spawn in any enemies that we have, which we will worry about later. Okay, so why doesn't that want to work? It's because this is not connected. There we go. Okay, it still doesn't like this. Target is the arena gate. That should work. Okay. And then we should be able to just come in here and just make this trigger the friggin' size of this. For the most part. It doesn't have to be like 100% perfect. But you come into the arena zone and it should trigger the event. Something like that. Should be fine. So we'll hit play here. Open the door. Is there a do once? There is no do once. So we need to do once. And then to reset it, we will just do add custom event, trigger, reset. That. Beautiful. Now, we don't have anything to actually do that trigger, but it should only do once. Now this gate is locked. Oh, it's not locked. Why is it not locked? There it is. It would be nice if I could get this and just do like an event. Um, we're gonna do custom, ignore everything except for pawn. And effectively what I can do here is opponent begin overlap. We can just go does implement interface. Like that. We do a branch check. So, BPI enemy. So we'll leave this on. And if it contains an enemy interface, if it's true, it does nothing. And then if it's false, we can unlock the gate. So false, get arena gate, set lock. Is that the way to do it? I don't think it is, actually. I think I got another way to handle it. I got a better way to handle that. Yeah, I got a better way to handle that. We'll do that another day. What I'm gonna do is blueprints spawn. I should have put that in compound triggers. I don't know where I put my spawn stuff. Compound triggers. Right there. So it's just an event to spawn enemies. So what I'm gonna do is go to this arena combat trigger, and we're going to add a couple arrows. Arrow. Spawn. 1. Spawn 02. Go to the viewport here. I'm going to take both of these. Take them more or less to the back. Spawn 1. Pile and save. Let's take a look. Not quite. One. Scale. Red can be 0.1. Blue can be 10. It looks silly here, but it looks somewhat normal here. It doesn't really matter too much. It's just kind of like a visual aid. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to trigger on this, and it's going to ask if it's one type or 2 enemy spawns, and then it's going to spawn either at both locations or 1 location. You fight the enemies, and then it's going to check each spawn point for when they die. And when those enemies die, it's going to unlock the gate. You can leave the gate. You can reset your settings, change your combat arena settings. If you want to change from 1 to 2 or 2 to 1, go back in and respawn them. And that's kind of how that's going to work, as just like a training area combat system. But we got the foundations done, and we will finish the rest of the hard code on Monday, because I think that will look pretty good. So that's good there. We're going to do this. I want to stick this out here. We do have fire. We're going to call this naked fire. We're going to open this up. We're going to go to our viewport. We're going to move that out. We're going to delete all that. Fire mesh. Naked fire small. I can just drag and drop. Like that. I can open this up. Point light. This is stationary. It does flicker, allegedly. Yeah, it does flicker. I want to make this warmer, I think. Oh, that's pretty warm, actually. If I could... do a second light here. Yeah, we want a nice warm kind of color there. Four. 5. Just make sure this is set to flicker. Then I think we'll just get rid of this one. You can do that. And then we can just set a couple here. Let's delete that one. That's fine there. And just move this here. Okay. And we got some indoor lights we could utilize here. And the candle's activated, but there is no lights with it anymore because we kind of decided we can just stick a point light and not friggin' deal with it. Again, this could be set to 5. Yellow. Flicker. Yeah, and this should be set to like 3. Then we'll do another point light. Set this time, this one will be static. And we will change this to... This is a fill light, so this is going to be got a nice, warm, kind of cozy color to it, like that. If I were to... Pretty much kills the light entirely. What's our attenuation radius? That should be 300. 500. We're going to lock this in. does this break things? We are getting a little on the expensive side. But it doesn't look like we broke anything yet. Now this lighting is particularly expensive. So this intensity here needs to be like 2. Same with this. This needs to be 2. One. This is a fill light, right? Like this is just. This should be 2. This should be 2. All right, let's build some lighting and let's see what happens. Let's see if we get some interesting play with the lighting. That went real quick. There's no collisions yet for this tent either. Color-wise, I think this is okay. I don't think I have a problem with it. My biggest gripe right now is that they blink in perfect unison. There's not really a lot of random going on here. It just makes it feel fake. I want it to feel warmer. So we're gonna make that look warmer. So, it feels a little too uniform. Can we do anything random here? Not really. I guess what I can do is we can come over here. You can call this Flicker 01. Flicker 02. Oop, nope, that was fine. Flicker 03. Then we just got to change the time variable. So instead of this, change this one to 0.3. That's a little too slow. 4. And this time variable can be 6. Wait, are these materials? Actually, let's not do that. Let's delete these. We will do flicker. We'll do children so that it reduces draw calls, because these will be all their own draw call. Actually, I don't know if it will matter. I don't think it actually matters. Oh well. We'll make children anyway, because then it'll be an instance. But I don't think it matters in this case, because it will put a draw call for each thing anyway. So I don't know if it matters. But we can just go in here, 0.42 and 0.56 or something like that. So they're more or less the same, but they're just slightly different. So that makes it feel a little bit more realistic, right? This fire will flicker less likely, because this one is a bigger flame, where the other ones would be a little bit faster. Because it's a candle, so it's very sensitive. If I could just grab that point light, sir. Stick it under there. And just change it to... Good enough. You know what? That's too slow. These should be almost the same speed. Okay. And we're going to change this clamp. Amount here. Light, min, S. Oh, fuck off. Try that one more time. Light underscore min. S light underscore max. So this should be 0.4. Sorry, this should be 0.4. That should be 0.7. Kind of like that. Apply. Now this could break a couple. Well, it's not going to break things, but it's going to make things go a little slower. Oops. Grab our point light here. And because this is flickering slower, we open this up. We're going to make this 0.8 and 0.65. So there's a lot less variation. I like that. And then this here should be a lot more orange. That was too much. There. That feels way better. Right? That feels way, way better. In my humble opinion. Should we have that there? Maybe out a little farther. But then we can add another point light here. Make it static. Set this to like 3. Nice orange color. Change this to like 4. I think that looks pretty good. It's giving me a warning about that light. What if we did something weirdly cheap like this? Here we didn't do that necessarily. That's a little much, but maybe something like that where it's just a little bit more angled like that. You get like a weird overlap in light. Like so. Does that feel less offensive? Just need to move this. That looks better. Once we get a bunch of stuff in there too, like crates and tables, armory stuff, a bed, this will really pop off. Right now, I'm just trying to make the lighting a little bit more interesting. There are no issues on the lighting results right now. Very nice. So we will be messing around with this. We'll be making this a lot more pretty in a minute, or in another stream. But right now, this looks really good. So I'm happy with it. It's weird that this has shadows and the rest doesn't have shadows. Where are the shadows? It should have shadows. Yeah, that's really weird. Like, why would that be the only thing that casts shadows? Not too sure. Hmm. We have dynamic shadows turned off. Which is why you don't see them. But it still should be baking a shadow into the level. Medium. Build. Because I don't want to just flag on shadows. Because that takes a big performance hit for my other levels. And my other levels look okay. So that looks better. Why the fuck doesn't that want to cast shadows? Hold on a second. Something doesn't add up here. It should be casting a shadow. And there it goes. Now you got shadows where they're supposed to be. But let me just take this guy right here. Let's build the lighting. The shadow's gone. That makes me think that the light map on this is very, very tiny. And so when I bake the lighting, it just doesn't pick up the shadows. Because it's too much. Let's test something quick. Before we get carried away here. Let's go here. Add a cube. Plug that in. There we go. Theoretically, this should cast a shadow over the cube. Build. Let's see if this works. Technically, yes. So then the issue is... Oh, I fucked up. Don't do that. The issue is... What do I do with this guy? The issue is the light map on this. What if we set this to 4? Let's see if that captures the lighting. Because I don't think we need a dynamic shadow. I just want a better resolution on my landscape. And then it should capture the shadows. We're at 72%. 95. %. There it is. Now you can start to see okay, now we're getting some resolution here. Still a little bit dodgy. But I don't know if that is... Let's build this again. This is maximum quality. This could take a little bit longer, but I just want to see how this works. I wish I could move these windows around so people could see them. But so right now it kind of stands out like a sore thumb, don't it? I mean, it's not terrible. We're at 20% already, so this isn't... There's not a lot going on in this scene, so it's not very hard to get the most out of this. I'm just curious. So the issue, at least to me, appears to be a lack of a resolution. And maybe if we max out the lighting quality, the shadows look a little bit more accurate. But it may also still be a resolution issue, although those curves look very smooth. So I don't know if that is the issue. We're at 98%. This looks identical. Just warning about performance hits. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna change our lighting quality. Preview. And we're gonna up the resolution of this to 3216. Let's see how that works. Show yeah, so that's showing that this has got a pretty high light map density now. But honestly, it's bigger resolution than the rest of it. So I don't know if I hate that that's a little bit higher light map density. I don't know if I hate that. That's why we're getting some like partial pillars and stuff like that, is because the density is just was so low. %. The last percent always takes the longest. Wow. That's taken a real long time. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Spent like 2 minutes on 99%. What the fuck's going on here? I'm gonna look for someone to raid because we're wrapping up soon. Still 99%. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's real slow. Let me open up Task Manager. It's not even here. Yeah, it's just stuck. I don't have like 10 minutes to wait, so we'll just set it to 8 and let's see if that should be a lot faster. That'll be double the resolution as it was before. And we should be fine. %99 again. We'll see if we actually do something about 99% this time. We should be close. Already got someone to raid. We're all pretty much ready to go. I just want to see this thing bake its lighting. Still at 99%. I think it's the landscape. It's just trying to finalize the landscape, and it's taking a long time for that to render. There it is. Yeah. That's so much nicer. Holy fuck. That's a huge difference in quality. And it's blue. It's not complaining. Huge difference in quality. The only thing that kind of sucks is the dynamic shadows are not as nice as the static shadows. It is what it is. That's a huge step up in quality, though. I was gonna be like, what the fuck? Dynamic shadows shouldn't be required for something you bake the lighting into. Like a dynamic shadow is specifically designed for like interactive lighting. If you're using static lighting, like a sunlight, you shouldn't really need dynamic shadows. It's not required. So I was a little bit like, what the fuck's going on? Why can't I see any shadows? But it's just my resolution was no good. You know what? I like this. This is a good shot right here. So I learned something today. I probably have to fucking change my light map resolutions on my landscapes. Bring more out of the frickin' shadows. Not a huge deal. But something to think about. Alright, guys. That's going to be it. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are rating... Tuliz. He's a friend on Mines. And Euphonia's here as well. Which is... I don't know if it's her boyfriend or her husband. But, yeah. They're great people. Oops. I didn't give myself enough time. Let's try this again. 5, 4, 3, 2. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.